Hi, today I'm going to be showing you how to use an app called Popplet Lite, which is free, to do a pre-reading strategy with vocabulary. The strategy is called List Group Label, and some of you may have seen something like it before, but it's fun with Popplet Lite. This would be a strategy that you would use if you have vocabulary in your text that can be categorized. So you would go to your text and you would pick out the key vocabulary words and you would scramble them up. I find it easier to then create a PowerPoint of the words, but you could very easily list the words on the board. You will also need to make sure that your students have downloaded Popplet Lite at the beginning of the class period or before the class period has begun. It's a fairly simple app, so introductions are very simple.
Popplet is an app that allows you to move things around. It's kind of a concept mapping app. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some words on here that we are going to be using in our lab. And I'm going to ask that you guys create some little Popplet bubbles of these 10 words. And I'm going to ask that you take those words once you have them in bubbles and that you put them into categories. You can put them into or two categories or three categories, whatever you feel makes sense for you. Okay? And I'm going to...
The students are then given time to work. And as they work, they can manipulate the different vocabulary, putting them into whatever categories make sense to them. I give them about 10 minutes to work, and then at the end, we sum up.
So, we took all of the words, you guys put them into categories. What kind of categories did we get? What would be a good category for these? Nate? Good. Something having to do with disease and how it works, right? We had quite a few words. Give me an example of a word that has to do with disease. Phil? Which one? Disease, right? That has to do with disease. What else? Infectious. What else? Symptoms. Diagnosis or diagnostic. Microbe. All of those have to do with disease. What's another category that we could have had?
All in all, it's a very simple app. There is very little explanation needed. During the time that students are working, they ask questions about the vocabulary of both me and the students around them, and they're prepared to go in and do the reading that they need to do. Hopefully, this is a strategy and an app that you will find useful.